Getting leaner should not make you slower. If it does, you're making a big mistake. Too many professional and elite athletes sacrifice performance over aesthetics and a lower body fat number. And if you follow that path, you're trading performance with aesthetic or a lower body fat number. I worked with the world champion of triathlon. We started to work together in preparation of an important competition. However, during the preparation, the coach and I noticed that she was getting slower. Her time was getting worse, and she was getting leaner and leaner. This is something that I didn't plan, so I asked her what she was doing. And after a few questions, I discovered that she was not taking day off, she was training more than her coach told her, and she was eating less than I told her. She had the idea that getting leaner would allow her to be lighter, and as a consequence, her performance would have improved. Then I had a meeting with her and her staff, and we had to patch the problem. And she started to gain weight, and we took her in a better place. And her performance came back to normal, and that year she won the World Championship. I'm Shanti Coro, a sport dietitian originally from Italy. For over 20 years, I've helped professional and elite athletes to elevate performance, enhance recovery, reduce injury risk, improve health, and extend career longevity through evidence-based sport nutrition strategies, supplementation, smart lifestyle choices, and having a vision. Today, I'm going to teach you 3 important lessons about body composition and performance. Lesson number 1, you will learn that there is a balance between performance and body fat. Lesson number 2, progression, the importance of setting up goals and reach them progressively. Lesson number 3, sustainability, the importance of avoiding extremes. If you're a professional or elite athlete and you want to improve your body composition, this video is for you. Lesson number 1, less body fat is not necessarily better. You're not trying to go on a stage and be judged for the amount of muscle and body fat that you have. You compete in a sport where not aesthetic, but performance is the priority. Most of the sports benefits of having an adequate level of body fat and muscles. Depending from your characteristics and your sport, there is a sweet spot of body fat that you need to aim for. If you carry too much body fat, unless you are in a sport on a position that requires you to be in that way, but generally speaking, in professional sports, if you carry too much body fat, you carry that weight. That means that having too much body fat for your sport can decrease your performance. Imagine to train or to compete carrying a backpack, and imagine the same thing not carrying that backpack. How are your performance? Your performance will be a lot worse. Carrying your backpack, not having it, will make your performance a lot better, which means that having too much body fat affects your performance. On the other hand, being too lean can affect your performance as well. When your body fat is too low, you don't perform as good as you could, you get sick more often, you feel more tired, and there are hormonal changes that can occur. This means that for your sport, it's important not having too much or too little body fat to perform at your best. And that is different from sport to sport and subjectively, meaning that some athletes may have more body fat and perform better, and other instead performing better with the less body fat within the same sport. As always, you need to find out what works for you. We have reference points, but then individually, you need to see which is your best strategy. If you would like to learn more about the Mediterranean diet or incorporate elements of it in your sport nutrition program to make it more sustainable and enjoyable, download my free ebook, The Mediterranean Diet for Professional Athletes, from my website. You will find the link in the description below. Lesson number 2, progression. If you need to reduce body fat, you also need to perform. And performance comes before body fat. It is important to avoid extreme or excessive low calorie that will affect negatively your performance. Trying to accelerate your fat loss is not the best strategy because that will come with the cost. First, you need to establish a body fat goal that is realistic. Second, it needs to happen progressively over the weeks. In this way, you will not have to go too low with calories and still be able to perform. When you try to lose body fat, it is important to increase a little bit the protein to retain muscle mass. And if you have to choose between reducing fat and carbohydrates, I will always choose fat because carbohydrate is your primary energy source. Fat are more caloric dense, meaning that fat occupy a lot less space in your plate as a volume, but it contains a lot of calories. Just to give you an idea, if you use 5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, it's healthy, but it's 500 calories. And you didn't even eat. It's important to create something sustainable and progressive. Because not only in sport nutrition, but everything in life, things cannot happen quick. They need time. This is no different. Lesson number 3, avoid the extremes. I've seen over the years athletes in preparation of a competition or during a season really being obsessed about food, very strict. And then when the competition is over or the season is over, they gain a large amount of weight because they start to binge. You might have obsessed so much about food during the competition phases that you didn't enjoy it. And when the competition or the season is over, you start to eat too much, gaining a lot of body fat that then you have to lose. Instead, to have this extremely tight in competition time and binge outside the competition, first thing is not good for your health. And secondly, that large amount of body fat, you need to lose it. Instead, it's better to be more flexible, but still reaching your goal, eating also food that you enjoy, and having a plan that you enjoy. And when competition are over, maintain acceptable level of body fat. In this way, when you have to prepare for a competition or the season is approaching, you don't have to work your ass off to lose that body fat. Plus, you need to consider that if you're young is one thing, but as you get older, it becomes more and more difficult. And our body has defensive mechanisms that make it more and more difficult. Again, this depends from the sport, but the idea is to maintain acceptable level of body fat when you don't compete, and the right body fat during the time you have to compete. This is particularly prevalent in weight division sport like gymnastic and combat sport, where athletes arrive close to the weight cutting, too heavy, and then they have to adopt extreme measure to make weight. When you don't compete, the acceptable amount of body fat is subjective, meaning don't try to maintain a body fat that is too low where you have too many sacrifice, which is not only physically, but also mentally. If you think about food all day and you're looking forward maybe for a cheat day, that's not healthy. Maybe it's better that you have a slightly higher body fat when you don't compete, but that is more sustainable for you. That you're able to enjoy food, you don't stress about it, you can relax without going overboard. Doing so, you'll have the body fat you require in competition times and also in non-competition times. Let's put everything together. Today, you have learned 3 important lessons. In lesson number 1, we saw the importance of maintaining proper amount of body fat based on your sport and performance. Performance comes first, and you need to find out which is the hot spot. We have reference points for all sports and sex, but you need to find out what works for you, which is that sweet spot. In lesson number 2, we have seen the importance of avoiding extreme measures, but to set up goals that are realistic, you reach over time progressively. In lesson number 3, we have seen the importance of maintaining a sustainable diet that help you to reach your goal in competition times and that help you to maintain a healthy body fat levels even when you don't compete. If you enjoyed this video, you will love the next one because It's a question that I often get from team sports athletes. I'm fine in training, but I fade late in game. What is missing on match days? I will explain you why this happened, what you can do about it, and if it is something that you always be able to resolve. Click the next video and I will see you then.